What had stuffed out hundreds of lives and leveled an installation worth millions of dollars? An aroused public demanded an answer.
I just learned something messed up about birds.
The morning stream. They wouldn't give us any more fish.
Hello and good morning and welcome to the morning stream. This is TMS for Thursday, January 8th, 2026. I'm Scott Johnson. That's Brian Ibbett. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning to you and everyone in our chat.
Good morning to you.
All you live people, we encourage it. You know, you can come here live, hang out, get a little pre-show, you know. It's just a fun little way to just let your voice be heard. So get in here and be part of the live show every day.
That's right. And you get extra stuff and you hear extra fun things, like I show off this 3D print of a Dark Tower box insert.
That's right. Really cool. Listen to that tease. Yeah. See?
It's a big tease.
So get in here and get the results of your big tease starting tomorrow. I know you all a lot of you are in an office and you can't watch shit like this while you're at work. Especially if I say shit out loud. That's not safe for work.
That's one of them not safe for work words, right?
Yeah,
there.
We can't be doing that to you. But we'd love to have more of you here. And thanks to everybody who always shows up in the live chat. We love having you guys.
Absolutely. We love hearing you. We love seeing your live corrections to the stuff we screw up.
That's right. Speaking of screwing stuff up, I got a question for you before we get into what happened at Trivia the other night, and whether you think I'm screwing up. I don't know why this matters to me, why it's important to me. I'm known to hang on to stuff that's stupid. Like, for example, I still have this now, I think about 18, 19-year-old orange that just sat in a drawer and petrified itself, and it never like rotted or stank or did anything. It just shriveled petrified. And turd hard as a rock. I don't know if you can hear it. It's really hard.
Yes.
So I've kept it because that's just kind of cool. And, you know, Van thinks it's great. So he loves seeing this sort of stuff. So I tend to hold on to things that are dumb to hold on to. And then I get real nostalgic about hanging on to them. Well, that's one. Okay. And then I found my very first bout of COVID in 2021. I found my positivity test.
Like you saved your positivity test? That's funny.
So I was positive for COVID that day, and I kept the test that shows the little lines. Okay. Some have said, hey, that probably has dormant COVID in there, and you shouldn't hold on to that.
Oh, geez. I don't know, but I mean, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know how it works. I'm no epidemiologist, but most of the internet thinks they are, so maybe they can tell me. But that's a weird thing to keep. Right? But to me, it's it's the pandemic. It's a historical moment or something.
It's like saving a piece of the Berlin Wall, but more viral.
Yeah. Well said.
And not in a good way. That's kind of funny. I mean, I can definitely see why you'd keep it. It's a milestone of a time in our lives that we should never forget. You know, when the world was completely turned over and a lot of people died, and we got out every night at 8:00 and banged pans together for the first responders and medical staff who were keeping us safe. And then we slowly stopped doing that. And there was kind of a little bit of a sense of community, unless you went to a Costco, in which case you have people who would not wear their masks and fight and
sure. Remembering all of that,
it was
right?
a time.
Yeah,
exactly. So that is like, if you save no other memento from COVID, I feel like you should have something.
Yeah, right? I agree. I agree with that. I think, you know what, you have convinced me that this is a fine thing to keep along. I only have the Twinkie, wherever that is.
Oh yeah, the Twinkie,
which is basically the same as the orange, but you know, whatever. Yeah. That thing's over 20 years old now. And then my COVID test. You know, just to be like this little landmark. Whoops. So I'm going to hang on to these. And,
what now? The question is, orange and Twinkie notwithstanding, like what would you do with that COVID test?
I don't know.
Would you make a little display case for it? Would you?
Great question, dude.
Like keeping it means that, all right, this is a thing I want to remember. But if you just put it in a drawer with the rubber bands and paper clips, what's the point?
That's an absolutely good point. So here's what I would like the audience at large to do. those here live if you want, but also anybody listening, send in your suggestions about how to immortalize my COVID test. Do I put it under glass? Do I put it in one of those, like, what's that thing you're always talking about for your figurines? The what do you call that? You put
like a display case.
Display case, glass on the front, and then, whatever, little slots for stuff like this. Do I do it that way? Is there some other thing I should do? Do I make a pendant and wear it like a jaunty pendant?
Jeez.
That seems like public weirdness, but whatever.
What
I want to know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Write in.
Shadow box. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also the thought of, what about making a 3D printed version of that doesn't have remnants of your snot on it that you could use as a reminder?
I'm trying to remember. This would have been early tests. So what was the test type? I think it was still a. Boy, I don't know.
I don't ever remember one that was not jam this Q-tip as far up your nose as you possibly can.
It's the painfully. AG test. Was the AG antigen? No, AG was. Oh shit, I don't remember. But I think you're right. I think this had to have been right. I don't think I did anything. Oh no, we did a spit one at the hospital for our second one. That was actually like you had to spit. It was awful. You had to spit in a bottle, and that was terrible. I hated that.
Yeah, no, I didn't save mine because I was like my first positive test because I was in California at the D23 Expo, and it was like our last day. I'm like, well, crap. How long have I had this?
Yeah. You had a mild first run, didn't you?
No symptoms the first time around, or mild symptoms. Enough symptoms to make me say, you know what? Let's just get a COVID test. And I was like, well, crap. We still need to fly.
Yeah. Mine wrecked me. Man, I hated it. My second one, though, kind of cake. It was easy.
Yeah.
Slightly. I was kind of tired is all. So I don't know. I'll figure it out. But somebody write in. Tell me if you think this is the stupidest thing you've ever heard of, great. If there anybody out there who is an expert in infectious diseases or whatever is hanging on to this, like, am I going to be patient zero for a mutation because I'm keeping this? Like, all comers. Everybody write in.
The chat room, if we were to take an informal poll of just what I've seen the chat room say, they would say, take Ringo Starr's advice with peace and love and chuck it in the bin.
Chuck it. No. All right. I mean, that's one option, right?
With peace and love.
Yeah. I only throw it away with peace and love. That's the only
all
option.
Items sent to me will be chucked in the bin.
Indeed. So how did trivia night go the other night?
Yeah, so this last Tuesday night before last was trivia. We alternate between kind of a regular sit down, slow paced. Here's a question. We're going to play part of a song. Here's another question, part of a song. We alternate between that and then Jeopardy Bar League. And I prefer Jeopardy Bar League because it is fast. You get 61 questions. Everybody gets the same 61 questions. You power through them, you wager, you double Jeopardy bet and all that stuff. And it just feels, it still takes about the same amount of time, but it just feels like you're getting more fun, more action kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I think for the most part, my teammates agree. But the six of us played, and as usual, because we've even got a couple people who are on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and Jeopardy and stuff, we kicked butt. But we kicked most people's butt in the room, except for one guy who was playing solo, a guy named Eric.
Uh-oh. They got a ringer.
Who was a ringer. He was 5 points behind us going into Final Jeopardy.
Wow. And
our final category was Saturday Night Live. And we're thinking, all right, well, we need to bet enough that we, I'm sorry. He was 5 points behind us going into the second board. Final Jeopardy, he was 12,000 behind us. And one of our guys, Dave, watches Jeopardy every night, does the math, and basically says, well, Holzhauer needs to wager exactly this amount to maintain first if he gets it right, even if the other person doubles and blah, blah, blah. Like he gets all that stuff.
Sure.
So he told us how much we needed to bet. And we ended up getting it wrong. The question, and I kick myself because I should have known this. And I should have, at the very least, guessed, because you lose your points whether or not you guess and get it wrong or don't guess at all. But the question was, a host in 2024 and a Lady Gaga song both share the same name with or without a hyphen, or when the hyphen is removed. What is that name?
What, one of her songs?
One of her songs. A song that actually Lady Gaga performed on SNL. And they mentioned that she was from The Bear.
So it's not Pokerface or something.
It's not Pokerface.
Because Pokerface only works as a...
Right. So this is a person whose first name is the same as a Lady Gaga song. She was a host. This person was a host in 2024, and the Lady Gaga song, I think, was performed in 2011 or something.
Oh my gosh, I don't know.
And Icor, I think Icor has it right.
Oh, is it?
It's Iowa Debris. Iowa Debris from The Bear. There's a Lady Gaga song that is Ayo with a hyphen, A-yo, I think.
Yeah.
And I was going through the names. I'm like, we're like, only 2 or 3 of us, I think only Tina and I had seen The Bear. And so we're like going through. It's like, well, all right, there's Iowa Debris. There's Jamie Lee Curtis. There's Abby Elliott. I was naming off all the women, the very few women on the show The Bear.
Yeah, there really aren't very many.
It's a lot of dudes.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, I don't know any of those as Lady Gaga songs. I said, what was that Lady Gaga album or that song that she did that was like her mom's name was Joanne or something?
Oh.
And could that be it? Is there a Joanne that we don't know about that we can't think of? Well, sure enough, there is. But Io was the right answer.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. You'd have to. And he didn't get that. Did the one dude get it?
The dude didn't get it right either. His bet was, so basically we ended the game 300 points. We were on the 20,000s.
Okay.
Like 20,800, and he ended up at 20,500 or something ridiculous like that. Only 300 points away. And he's like, if I would have bet another 150, then I would have had you, and we both would have gotten it wrong.
Yeah.
But
that's wild, man. Did he stand up at one point, his mustache fall off, and Ken Jennings ran out of the room?
It seems like, well, this guy's very, he would have fit right in on the Big Bang Theory if that tells you anything. Like,
okay.
Hi, my name is Eric.
I know
just want to come over and introduce myself. How do you guys all know each other? And we were like, well,
sure.
We all played trivia together and blah blah blah.
Oh, that's cool that he was nice.
He was very nice.
Guy.
Came over and chatted, and yeah, his player name was Beeblebrox. It's like, all right, you're cool. You're one of the you're one of the fold. Yes, sure. Exactly.
That's great. So, that's impressive though to do that all on your own. Wow.
It is. Yeah. He's like, I don't like the pop culture questions. I never bet on those, and I'm really good at the academic questions. And I'm like, oh, I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah. Could join our team, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Anybody dropping out? We need a new guy or anything?
Exactly. Tina, go sit over there. We'll put this guy in. No.
Of course not. Of course not.
Never. No, she came in handy. There was a question. There was a category about Nepo babies, and she was able to name one of them. Like, we had a question about Maya Hawke on Stranger Things. We had a question about one of the Apatow kids, or maybe it's the only Apatow kid.
Maude Apatow.
Maude Apatow.
Yeah, I like her.
And then there was another one that Tina was able to get that we had no freaking idea. And Tina knew it. She was like, oh yeah, that's so-and-so and she knew it because of some TV show that she watched that none of the rest of us watched.
That's great when you have somebody swings in with a hard one like that.
Yep. Exactly.
I real quick, if I could rename, I'm not saying I'd do it, but if I was presented again with having another daughter, I would consider the name Maude. I think it's great.
Really?
It's old timey, right? Like
it's coming like you want it to resurface, like make a comeback.
Yeah, because it kind of works. I mean, at least it works for Maude Apatow. She's super bright, funny, seems like a very nice.
Yeah.
I say kid, but she's in her 20s. But there's something about the name Maude that I like as a almost ironic modern name, because it doesn't.
Sure.
In some ways, it's like, who's the grandma named Maude? Like,
right, exactly. Like, here, DoorDash here for a Maude.
Yeah.
Oh, you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Would you spell it with the E on the end or without?
I'd put the E. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd go classic.
The Arthur's character.
Yeah. Pretty sure she does
Maude.
that, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't think Maude Adams, we talked about yesterday with the Octopussy. Does Maude Apatow? Yeah, Maude Apatow spells it with an E.
Freaking Monica says, no E. Okay. All right.
Jeez.
Jeez.
Okay.
All right. Hey, I got a quick thing before we get to today's news. I wanted to just point to this discussion that started in the TMS Discord about cars, and it came from our discussion yesterday about cars. We were talking, or I'd made some comment about how certain European cars during the trivia or during our Tadpooly feud, some of those cars are known for lots of breaking down, like Audis aren't great.
Volkswagen, a lot of electrical issues. Yeah.
Stuff like that. And a whole bunch of people, especially Racer, I always get his numbers wrong. Anyway.
Racer 951Y, I think.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah. We'll call him Racer for short.
Racer, sure.
He's very, very in the old car world.
Stuff.
Oh yeah, big time. He's restoring cars all the time, doing all kinds of work, and he kind of, not poo-pooed, but kind of made us question some of the numbers I was throwing out yesterday.
Sure.
Anyway, it turned into this really fascinating discussion about what cars really give people trouble, what ones won't. Honda fared real well in this conversation. Some of it is, I didn't realize this, but if you're going to have a problem, or if there's going to be a series of problems with a certain car or make, you're not going to know, but the dealership knows, and they keep that to themselves. They don't share that data. So a lot of times you're just getting random samplings of people going, my, 4Runner died over the weekend, must be a Toyota problem. And you just assume that that's the issue. But their point was, I can't remember who said it, but basically, because these dealerships that do most of the maintenance, certainly in the warranty period, they keep all that data to themselves. We really don't know who's the most reliable versus who's not.
Right.
And in the last 4 or 5 years, the biggest issues, this is the part that surprised me, the biggest issues have come from a transition to more hybrids, full electrics, and just standard drive chains, including more electronics in ways that we didn't used to. And some of that stuff is just new and weird and not perfected and broke down for, just because it's new. So a lot of Hyundai stuff with like batteries and junk were issues and things like that. So anyway, it was really interesting. So if you want to if you're into that, if you're into cars and you are curious, it was just a really good conversation.
It was a cool conversation, yeah. And everyone was civil and cool and had their opinions, but didn't be like, you're stupid if you think Hyundais are good.
We're the opposite of the internet in there, I'm telling you.
Yes, exactly.
It's it's of the internet, on the internet, but not the internet.
Not a representation of the internet. We oh man, I want to do the voice, but we get the best people in the Frog Fence Discord.
but actually do. But we really
do get the best people.
Not the lie that the voice would tell us. That lie.
Right, exactly.
Anyway, so go check that out. Be on our Discord, frogpants.com/Discord. You'll find the TMS group, and there's all sorts of fun stuff there, including if we say something dumb or wrong, we do a bunch of corrections on Fridays.
We do.
Actuallys, and we'd love to get those as well. So keep it coming.
Keep it happening.
Time for the news. Today's news is brought to you by
Coverville. Going to be today after the show. At some point, this is the final day for this damn project that I'm working on for this trade show conference thing that's happening 1 week from yesterday. So there might be a couple things I need to do before I can jump into Coverville, or might work out that I get Coverville done and then get on this stuff. But regardless, there will be a Coverville today celebrating the 70th birthday of Bernard Sumner. Bernard Sumner, lead vocalist of the band New Order and Electronic and Bad Lieutenant and part of Joy Division.
Any relation to Gordon Sumner?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
Yeah, no Sting connection there.
All right.
But
seems like an uncommon name, but maybe
it does, right? Yeah. Unless I needed to go further back to like a a great grandpa or something. But So covers of New Order, it's 90% New Order with a little bit of Joy Division electronic in there, but everything you want to hear: Bizarre Love Triangle, Blue Monday, True Faith, Temptation, Subculture, Love Will Tear Us Apart, Getting Away With It, Regret, Confusion. It sounds like my prom date. All that stuff. It's going to be coming up, twitch.tv/Coverville today after TMS.
Quite literally, a lot of those songs were the soundtracks of our prom dates.
They really were. Like Blue Monday. I mean, you could not go anywhere at the age that you and I were. If they were playing music and people were expected to dance, you always heard do
every time. And that song would bring people to the dance floor.
That's right.
It was
and then
pretty
everybody would stop when it was
Then we get up and leave. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, there you go. Check that out today. A 92-year-old grandma in the news. This is a fun one. I like this story.
I do too.
This is reported by GameSpark, and she has won. This 92-year-old grandmother has won the Tekken 8 tournament within the Japanese Senior Citizen Esports League, which is rad that they even have the damn thing.
Yeah, right.
It's so cool.
I love it. I want to see all the competitors, but this is I want to go to a nursing home where they're playing Tekken with the TV. Like, all right, we're gonna pause Matlock for a little bit and hook up the PlayStation to everybody can play Tekken.
Well, now you made me want to hear Matlock translated into Japanese. I want to hear that. I want to hear it all dubbed over. I don't know if that exists, but I want to see it. Anyway, so this thing is a biannual tournament, and within the event, players compete against one another in Tekken 8. This is not, they're not playing at the level of the Evo players or any of that stuff, but, it's a senior division. And somebody in their 90s winning is pretty rare. This unique thing about the tournament, it's all about players who are Japanese senior citizens. Hizako Sake.
Okay.
92 years old, ended up winning the whole thing with Claudio as her go-to, her main. Claudio's a great character. In the final...
I never played Tekken, so...
Tekken's great. You should play Tekken.
I mean,
Tekken's
I never
fun.
play a lot of the fighting games. I got my Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter fix, and that was enough for me. Well, I take that back. Of course, I play the Marvel Superheroes one and DC... Kingdom Come was their fighting one. Is that right?
No, it was called... Gods Among Us.
Gods Among Us, that's it.
Amazing series.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gave one of those
really
away
cool graphics.
last couple of days.
I think Monday we did, yeah.
Great game. In the final, she ended up defeating Goro Shigemimaya, not to be confused with the four-armed Goro character in Mortal Kombat. This is a 70-year-old Lili player. That's the character this person prefers.
Okay. Yep.
Care Esports has been slowly uploading videos of the entire event. So this is something I'm going to go check out. I haven't seen any of this yet.
I think it'd be hilarious.
But I want to watch it. Let's see. It was a specially unique type of tournament considering its participants. The Care Association went all out and treated it like any other tournament where you see the fighting game community participants. They were all handed arcade sticks to use, like the whole schmear. They had commentary, all that stuff. I think that's really awesome. They apparently have been hosting tournaments since 2019. They started it with Shogi and Othello, or Reversi, here in the States.
Okay. I love that game. Well, no, Othello, I know it is. I think it's...
Isn't Reversi and Othello the same?
They're the same thing, but I thought Othello was the American game and Reversi was the Japanese one. I played so much Othello. I love that game.
Yeah, I liked it a lot when I was younger. I bet though, if you put me in front of it today, my muscle memory's gone. I don't remember how to play it.
Yeah, because there are certain things that it's almost like a Pac-Man pattern.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, you got to make sure you don't do these three things because you basically lose the game down the line if you do these two or three things.
Yeah, it'd be fun to get back into it because I don't know, I miss it. But
yeah,
there's this lady, by the way.
She's awesome. Look at
her kicking ass.
I love the pose. That's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Kind of in the mood to play Tekken now.
Oh, Osmond says Othello was the board game, Reversi was the computer version. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Here is some of the video. Let's see if I can get.
Okay. I love the pose with the hands up.
There's the poorly filmed commentators.
Okay. What's he got behind his neck? Is that like a...
I don't know what they're doing. What is that?
It looks like that would prevent you from being able to lean back in your chair, and I don't like that one bit.
No, I don't either. All right, so here's the two grandmas, or two of them up in the corner here. We make it full. They get their sticks.
Oh, nice.
They
They're up in the corners.
Whoa,
okay.
We got a lady with a chainsaw on her hands. Okay,
Nice.
And then the panda. Sweet.
The panda.
I don't know if they do any close-ups of the ladies. That's what I really want.
Yeah.
Here are all the participants. It looks like some
cool.
of them might be remote. Like these two ladies are in two different homes or something.
Yeah.
Look how smart they all are. All these people wearing masks to protect the elderly. That's what you should be doing.
Totally, yeah.
Dumbasses. Everybody who doesn't, I mean.
They care about their elders in Japan.
That's right. They're running out of people, so they got to care for what they got. Anyway, kind of a cool story.
That's great.
Let's move to this one. Cops forced to explain why AI-generated police report claimed officer transformed into a frog. Yeah, that's right.
Well, once he picked up Mjolnir,
Exactly. Law enforcement has quickly embraced AI for everything from drafting police reports to facial recognition. The results have been predictably dismal. In one particular glaring and unintentionally comedic instance, the police department in Heber City, Utah connection.
Where's that in relation?
Not too far, just outside of Park City, so it'd probably take me, I don't know, an hour and a half to get there.
Okay.
It's I'd like Heber a lot. It's nice there. But apparently they got issues with their AI police shit.
The police are lazy.
Yeah, it's a quiet little town, although it's getting gentrified by rich people, so there's some huge mansionish stuff out there now.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Which makes everything go up, but whatever. Anyway, they were forced to explain why a police report software declared that an officer had somehow shape-shifted into a frog. This according to Salt Lake-based Fox 13. This is our local affiliate here. The flawed tool seemed to have picked up on some unrelated background chatter to devise its fantastical fairy tale ending.
That's fantastic.
Here's the bit. Let's see if I can read it right. Quote, the body cam and the AI report writing software picked up on the movie that was playing in the background, which happened to be The Princess and the Frog. Police Sergeant Rick Keel, he told this to the broadcaster, referring to the 2009 Disney musical. Quote, that's when they learned of the importance of correcting these AI-generated reports.
Yeah. Proofread, folks. Proofread.
I'm trying to find the actual transcript would be nice.
It'd be great. Yeah, what if it's on there?
Find it. Yeah, I can't. They didn't print that part, which is unfortunate.
That's too bad. I'd love to see. And then the officer transformed into a frog and waited for the perp's kiss.
It doesn't say anything about it. That's too bad. Part of this comes down to just they're not tech savvy to know that once the output is made to maybe check it and make sure it didn't hear something wrong.
Yeah.
Because it is just translating what it hears, and AI is very good at that unless you're in a loud room or something. And
what are they doing watching The Princess and the Frog in the police station, while they're filling out police reports?
I think in this case it was on site somewhere.
Oh, so the body cam. Okay, I'm sorry, you're right. The body cam software.
Yeah,
okay,
body cam software.
Yeah.
Or the body cam picked it up, and then later when they ran it through the thing did the frog
right,
bit.
They used the body, like the AI picked up, listened to the body cam audio footage to gotcha. Okay.
Right. Which is just if you're savvy enough about the limitations of this stuff, you would have caught it. You would have said,
it's a good thing they weren't watching a porn.
I know, right? I do like their
And then the policeman whipped off his pants and delivered a pizza.
I do like the image.
Oh, is that that's great.
Their article image. Now, what's nice about this image is it's an actual frog from a nature photo, and then they photoshopped a hat on it. I appreciate that over doing some AI bullshit.
Over an AI thing, 100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly. Even the shoddy way they did it is better than seeing some AI slop generated stuff.
Yeah, I would rather not see that if I can help it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, moving on to this story. Looks like we don't have Wendi yet, but I may. Let's see. We got text. Let's check. Stall for a minute. Trying to get the dog back. Okay.
Dog did something to her. She's trying to get it back.
Add you when you.
I'll get you, dog.
I'll get you. Damn it.
I'll get you back.
Timmy, I think. Tommy. Sorry.
Transgressions.
Dog's name is Tommy, I believe.
Okay.
Here's this story. A woman charged after Mississippi Walmart shoppers say they found razor blades in loaves of bread. Oh, shit.
Oh, geez. Okay.
That's not an AI problem. That's a That's just that's an eye problem. That's what that is. The woman who allegedly pushed razor blades into loaves of bread in 2 Biloxi, Mississippi Walmart stores has been arrested. Thank goodness. Camille Benson, 33 of Texas. Not of some town in Texas.
Not of Mississippi either. So she drove from Texas to Mississippi to cause her problems.
That's right. And she is of Texas.
She is of Texas.
She's been charged with attempted mayhem.
Oh.
I mean, look, if you're going to
fun, actually,
that's what I'm saying. If you're going to get charged with something, I would be okay with mayhem. You know?
I know. What are you in for? Attempted mayhem? Oh, all right, dude. Nice job.
Does that mean you're trying to dress up like the guy in those Allstate commercials? Or
those Allstate commercials. I'm a rock that's about to fall on the hood of your car.
Those always throw me because I remember that actor from Oz, the prison thing on HBO, and he was a horrible, nasty human being in that.
Yeah. I think of him from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was kind of the same character that he is on those commercials.
That's right. I forgot he was even in that. Yeah. I kind of like him as an actor, but it's hard for me to separate it.
Yeah.
You know? So when I see him in this or something like this, I just think Oz. Anyway, it says, let's see here. She's 33. Her bond is set at $100,000. I guess that's normal. I have no idea. Harrison County jail records on Wednesday morning did not list the attorney for Benson, who could be reached for comment on her behalf. A message left on a phone listed a possible relative for Benson and was not immediately returned. Anyway, customers reported finding razor blades in the Walmart Supercenter. So that's good. They found it in the place, not when
while
they
were
home.
At the store. Yeah. Hopefully you're able to see like a tear in the plastic bag or something to clue you in on. All right. Well, here's a problem.
When you were a kid and you'd go through the store, my mom would take out, like, if we had food we were getting, she would open stuff and start eating it in the store and give us stuff because at the end of it, she's still going to pay for it.
Sure, of course.
Because she had the packaging, right?
Nope.
No?
No, we never did that.
Oh, you never did it. Okay.
Never did it. No, I'm sorry. I'm not saying that you never did it. I'm saying yes, you did. Your mom did that, but my mom did not.
Yeah, I thought you meant they didn't have packaging. I was like, wait a minute, I think they had packaging.
Yeah, we went to one of those weird generic supermarkets that didn't even have packaging. Not even the black and white packaging.
I don't know if it was just to keep us chill or something, but it would be like, here's a package of, I don't know, Doritos. She'd open those up and we'd be all munching on them. And then you get to the thing, and the lady would just scan the code on the bags.
Yeah.
And it all worked out. We couldn't do grapes that way because she would always say, don't do the grapes.
Because it would change the weight.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you were eating stuff that would then affect the price.
Right.
And that wasn't cool. We couldn't do that.
I remember a big discussion we had about this that led to some very heated discussions in the Discord about whether it's stealing and the things that people would eat. It was like opening up a box of Hostess Ding Dongs and eating those while they shop.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah. We had a whole thing about a year ago about this.
Yeah.
The ethics of eating grapes in the store before you pay for them.
The grapes were the catalyst. The grapes were like the great divider. Like, oh, no, we totally eat grapes because you got to make sure they're good. No, you never eat the grapes because it changes their weight and it throws off how do they know how many grapes you've eaten?
Well, I'm going to verify what I remember with the person who's about to come on. Let's do this.
Something wrong, Batman? Has anybody seen Wendi?
Wendi, I got a question for you before we welcome you officially. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. When we were kids, my memory is that Mom, when we go grocery shopping, and when we were little and sitting in like the cart, we're still small enough for that.
Where your legs are coming out by the handle?
Yeah, sometimes. Although I was pretty lanky. I think I was walking around by then. But it seemed like this was pretty common practice that some of the things in the cart she would open and we would, including her, we would all kind of snack on a bag of chips or something before we got to the checkout, and then they would just scan the bag, and they were all fine with it. The store was fine with it. You were eating out of a bag you were going to pay for.
Sure.
Do you remember that, or am I?
Yeah,
okay.
I do.
All right.
It wasn't like all the time, but it was,
Like if we complained, was it because we complained? We were like, we want this now or something like that? I don't know.
I'm just I've shopped with children for years, and they're always grumpy. So I could see the temptation. In Sweden, they used to have a bucket of bananas, like a big stand where they were free bananas. So you just go over and get your kids a banana while you shopped. It was awesome.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
But it was the same idea. Yeah, I do remember that, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't remember thinking it was weird. The only thing I hated was when she'd have you stand in line and then she'd go get something real quick.
Oh, I hate it. I hate it now. Kim will do this sometimes now. I'll be in the thing and I've got all the stuff and I'm ready to go. She's the one with the purse. I didn't even bring my wallet. And she'll go, oh, hold on. I forgot something. I hate that feeling.
It's like, we're in line. We can't do this now.
Men.
Oh, I hate it. That must be a universal pain for anyone.
I think it's a traumatic, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Well, I remember as a kid thinking, I'm going to have to pay, and I don't have any money, so I guess I work here now.
Exactly. Like, take off your apron, give it to me, because now, can you teach me how to use that, checkout?
Yeah, I guess I work here now. That's great. Well, anyway, it is good to have you here. It is my sister. She comes on Thursdays. We do therapy for people a little bit. She's a real therapist, not us, but she is. So oftentimes it's us getting a little therapy here on the show. Mm-hmm. And we love that. We love everything about it. It's good to have you here, Wendi. Thank you for being here. We're going to do an email. How's that sound? You want to do that?
Let's do it.
All right. It actually fits real well because her and I talked offline about, we had this really depressing one. And we were like, should we start the year with this?
Too much. Bleh. But we'll get to it. They're just not the first one.
Yeah, it was a hard one. So instead, we're going to go with something that I think leads well into a new year. And you had already sort of offline been saying, we got to come up with a way to talk about renewing goals and what we're going to do this year.
First of the year, everybody thinks about resolutions. And so it's like, all right, do an episode about resolutions.
I feel like we kind of touch on it every year in some way. And this is an interesting one because here's this email from a dude named Short One.
Okay.
That's how I assume he's short. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with his name, but I love it.
No time for love, Dr. Jones.
Yeah.
Sure.
And he says, he even references it. He says, hey guys, Short One here. That's my name, not this message, though this message might also be short. And it turns out it is short. Anyway, it says, I was wondering how I can better take all the stuff Wendi has said in the last decade, more than that, and actually apply it to this year. Gotta say, it feels it feels kind of overwhelming to do it all at once, which I guess is part of my problem. Anyway, love the help you can give for a guy staring down the barrel of a new year, hoping to find a better path. Signed, a Short One.
Aww.
So, what do we tell that the kid from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom? Short One. Oh, Short Round. Sorry, wrong guy.
Short Round. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can tell a couple different things. First of all, that's very nice that you would like to apply all the things I've ever said. And that is overwhelming for sure. I think, one important thing to think about, and we've done this guys, how many New Years have we talked about?
We've done a fair amount of this.
Whew,
which I think is his point. Is like every year we have all these great ideas for the year, but then...
Yeah, like what do we do with it?
Yeah.
So here's what I suggest, because I think shifting it as you get older, for me anyway, has been super helpful, because I think there's a natural energy that comes in January after you've cleaned and put the tree away, or you've there's some of the chaos that was just like inevitable around you. Now maybe the kids are back in school, or you have some sense of like, I have to change this. And there's this burst of like, throw it all away,
Right,
so often, I think it's very natural. I think it happens naturally with humans. And then what we've given it a name, and it's New Year's resolutions. We're going to do new year, new me. We're going to do all these different things. And, it's like a fresh slate. I think for those who've been in school most of their lives, they're like, oh yeah, this also can kind of happen in September, where you're like, all right, here we go.
New semester.
So you just use the energy, but what people tend to do, which is also very human, is to have a really long list and make 200 categories of all the things they want to change, which is impossible.
Yeah.
But we have this exuberance that sort of makes it seem like it is possible. So we sort of make these goals, and then what is the research? By February 1st, every single one of them is stopped. It's like 90% of people, right?
Yeah.
And that's because we're like white knuckling it through. We're actually making our lives kind of suddenly hard and miserable by doing it. And of course it's not going to work, right? It's not sustainable. So my suggestion is we're going to use the word resolution for its root word rather than what we've all come to believe a resolution is. We're going to use the root word of resolve. So I'm going to have you guys do this with me. And short one, hopefully you're listening. Take something already, and this it should be the first thing that pops in your head. It's something you're already maybe starting. You've been doing. You just like to do a little more. It could be anything. But what are you resolved to do in the next little while? Mm-hmm. Not the whole year, just in the next, maybe January, maybe a couple weeks, could be tomorrow. What are you resolved to do? And so you already have the feeling, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. Can you guys share one? What is something both of you are resolved to do?
The old favorite.
Yeah. And it's not just, I mean, that's the general, which I know you say that you're going to fail, but it's get on either the treadmill or the bar or the bike 4 times a week. I've got to get training up for the next MS 150. So
fantastic.
Got to start gearing up. Yeah.
So you feel resolved to get on your bike 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And is there anything in the way of that you can identify that's in the way of that resolve?
My own motivation. And that's a big hurdle.
Yeah. So right now, Brian, we are 1 week into January.
Yes, we are.
One and a half. How many times have you been on the bike?
Oh, hold on. Let's see. What is the 8th? 0.
Okay. So good. It's perfect.
0 times.
That's perfect. You know why? Because you would have already stopped by now if you had already started. So I highly recommend.
I know. Yeah.
No one start January 1st. You should always start later.
Right.
Pick middle of the month. Okay. Do you have it written down anywhere?
No. And it's because it's because I don't believe in resolutions because of that reason. Yeah. It's more like I need to do this. I'm not going to start on January 1st, but I need to start doing it, in the next week or so. Okay. See, there we go. Already saying, I'm already like gray area, week or so.
So what does it take for it to kick in? Like think about your history. What is the thing that gets you to get your butt on the bike?
The thing that starts me is when I start freaking out about being ready for the MS 150 and what that entails. And usually I do inside cycling and treadmill, a little bit here and there. And then about March, when it starts warming up outside, I'm like, oh my God, the MS 150 is like in 3 months. I better really get on the ball and do this.
Okay.
And
so can you imagine
well,
I want you to imagine, let the feeling arise.
Sure.
When I say you cannot start writing 4 times a week until March.
Then I say, but Wendi, I won't be ready if I don't start doing something now. I'll be freaking out and stressed out about it.
Okay. So what I just suggested was literally no different than what you will do. You will just start in March. But the difference is your brain, and this is the thing that really matters here with some of these things, will have almost a rebellion reaction, and some of us more than others, when we tell our brain what to do. And especially when it's hard, and especially when there's literal brain candy in our hands or some other distraction that would taste so good right now. Yeah. We'll have a rejection of that. So it's like reversing psychology just a little bit, which is like, okay, Brian, you can train for the MS 150 in March. Mm-hmm. And then what you could do right now is resolve to do something much smaller that your brain won't rebel against, but that is physically active. So it could be something like every single day I do 10 push-ups, or every single day I go on a walk. Every single day I move myself a little bit, and it might be the bike, it might not, but you are not making it about the bike.
Okay.
What happens when I say that?
That feels much easier, feels more attainable, and feels like something I can say, cool, it's, right before lunch, I've got, time before lunch, I'm going to go out and do a walk around the block, a little path that we usually do.
Yes. And so no matter what, your resolve is to move every day a little bit. And then you may find yourself on the bike. You may not. Regardless, you have moved every day. And then in March, when it's go time and all of the right emergency
motivators.
They all show up. So what you have been doing, and people often do, is they waste the early times of resolve or motivation. Because the truth is, when you look at, if you've been alive longer than 10 minutes, you can pay attention to like, oh, when does what works for me and what doesn't. So if I'm going to ask one more question for this. Hopefully our listeners like getting something out of this, but can you think of a thing, one or two things that typically prevent you from either moving or getting on the bike, or like what are like classic, like what's the catnip that I could just be like, hey, Brian, and then it's like you're out.
No, I tend to do like, I tend to say, oh, I've got too much such and such to do. I've got this Etsy thing I need to get printed today, or this needs to get out, or this freelance project needs to happen, or whatever. And I use that, even though it probably would still allow for me to get a 10-minute walk in around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I still see it as like oh no, can't do it because, I can't afford that even 10 minutes to walk around because I've got this big project to do. I mean, I kind of did it earlier, although it is a big project, but, kind of saying, Coverville might get pushed because I've got this big project. Kind of feels like it's that same thing.
Yeah.
But
there's always something you could do besides walk around the block.
Exactly. Right? And I'm able to push that off by saying, no, I've got too much to do.
So if we have this limited, we've talked about this for years now, but we have a limited amount of willpower, and we can, that's why everyone uses it up that first month of January. And then they go back to their baseline of whatever they were already doing. So let's say you were regularly exercising once a week and you're like, I really want to do it 4 times a week. So for some reason it worked once a week. And so it can be really helpful to analyze why that one time happens, why it's a habit, why it seems easy, why I don't even think about it anymore. And usually it's because there's elements of habit building you've been using, right? So you have done it regularly, there's some kind of reward for doing it, et cetera. So pay attention to those pieces, and then what you use your willpower for. So in your case, in your story here, we'd be using your willpower to make sure you move every day. Because I think by the time March comes, you will be very motivated to get on that bike. We don't even have to find the motivation then.
No, it'll automatically be there. But I'll have that already. If I don't do something beforehand, I feel like I'm going to be overstressed when March comes, and I'm like, oh my God, I've barely done anything to prepare. So yeah,
right. Like if it truly was, I could make it so you cannot sit on a bike until March. I promise you'd probably start running.
You totally would. You totally would, because just the thought of that, like you telling me I can't do it makes me want to do it more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But you take the motivation you take the willpower you're going to need to start to build a habit. So we've talked about habits before, but you sort of have a couple components to habit building. You have to have it. It has to be rewarding. It needs to be easy enough to do. And our biggest problem as humans is to make it too big. So that's why if you said every single day, whether it's midnight and I forgot to do it, or it's 2 a.m. or it's, before, I will walk for 10 minutes, or I will, I will stretch. It doesn't even have to be big. The smaller it is, actually, the better. And then you just make sure it's happening every day. That's where you use your willpower. You will not run out of it. Okay. By the time you can really make a habit, you will start to feel your body need it. You will start to build your schedule around it. Like you just got to use your willpower for a bit of time, but it has to be really, really, really small. So I really recommend this. I've been doing this with clients this week, where we talk about what in their life they want just a little more of or a little less of. So I'm going to have you guys both do this. Scott, I'll pick on you this time. I want you to think about something you want a little more of or a little less of. And then I'll tell you how to work with that. So one client just said, I would just like to like myself a little more versus I need to love myself. That's a big jump, right? And like I was saying before, our brains, and especially if you have a very neurodivergent brain, your brain is going to go, no, you are not going to tell me what to do.
Right.
So what you do is it's subclinical, that's not the word, but like just sub-level of demand, where it's like, oh, that's not asking that much. Then your brain's not going to rebel against it, right? So this client just wants to like herself a little bit more. So we start breaking down like, okay, what would that feel like? What are some things that help you feel that way that are, small, small, small? And if that's your New Year's resolution, is to like yourself a little bit more, it is so doable, and your brain will let you do it if you plan and keep it small. Most of us don't, though. We just go, I want to be a different human being.
Yeah. Why do we do that? Like, if I want to lose weight, I know how to do it. I know exactly how to do it. And I know that it's going to take time. But everybody wants to do that shit overnight. It's like, oh, I got to lose 30 pounds in a month. It's like, no.
And then they get frustrated when they don't do it overnight, right? When they look at the scale and says, oh my God, I did all that exercising today. And how come I'm still the same weight?
Yeah. So,
that is the beauty of the human body, right? We'd all literally die if we had what we wanted here, which is we should survive famine. And so we're going to store the fat and we're going to never let it go. Like we are wonders of nature, right? And so you got to think about, all right, so I'm fighting a system that's very old to keep me alive. What if I take this smaller? Okay, so Scott, I want to lose weight. You probably have a number, and you're going to find people will be like, you got to write it down. You got to read it every day. You got to, there's definitely versions of this that I think have worked for people, but I think there is a more gentle approach that is long-term that is really much more sustainable. So take I want to lose some weight. Let's find the smallest component of that. Tell me what you want to feel a little more of or feel a little less of.
That's interesting. Wow. Okay. That's a great question. When you start talking about little, then I kind of have to break it down.
Yeah.
Then I would say I want to feel a little less snacky.
Yeah.
Which is a stress eaty thing for me.
Sure. Yeah.
So instead of me going, oh, mom's not doing good today, or this something's wrong with somebody's ticket for Nerdtacular, whatever. I'm thinking of some recent things. Those things make me go, I need a bowl of something here to deal with this. You know what I mean? Like something small, but let's whatever. I want that small thing to be less. I'd like to not have that.
Okay.
Like
so less snacky.
Crutch or whatever.
I want to be less stress eaty.
Okay.
So
one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you hear, like, is it almost like a voice saying, go get a bowl of cereal?
A little bit. It's like it's this thing. I also punish myself every day where I've kind of fallen off that wagon where I'll, like, before bed, I'll be just like, oh gosh, dang it. What are you thinking? You big dummy. You're probably gonna get heartburn tonight. You dummy. Like, I really give myself crap for it when I've fallen off that wagon that day. But then there are days where even by accident, because I was just so busy, I didn't fall into that trap. And those days just feel better. They just feel like, oh, sweet, I didn't do that, and I don't have to now, and good night. You know what I mean?
And good night. Yeah, you're describing probably a very, very relatable and common thing for people is the cycle of I behave, I'm a good boy, pat my head. I misbehave, I'm naughty.
Right. Punish me. Yes.
Punish me. So we don't have to go down the rabbit hole of where that comes from for everyone, because it's going to be slightly different. But some of it is just, again, how am I identifying what is good, what is moral, what is right, what is good behavior, or et cetera, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I like to help people move away from some, like, 30 pounds lighter Scott is the best Scott, you know? And move to, you want to feel a 25. Little less snacky.
Yeah.
Like, think about that. If we could just feel a little less snacky, we'll start there. That's where we're going to use the willpower. Okay. So, for example, when you are, so we have emotional eating that's happening a little bit. And we also have, people just have food noise, right? So in their head, it's like, feed me now, or there's a snack. Let's go get that, right? Like, we're all very different. I don't know if you've met people who have no food noise, but they exist. They don't want that sweet that's in front of them. Like, food just isn't as appealing to them as to other people. Their ancestors were sticks. I don't know how they survived, but the rest of us, the vast majority of us, come from snackers, right? Yeah. Okay. So we have a combination. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. And to beat yourself up for it is classic. It's classic that we're like, well, this must be my fault. And it's, there's definitely factors happening that are not all up to you. But what might be up to you is, okay, I want to feel less snacky. So I know a couple things. One is I probably need more fiber in my actual diet. So Scott, how's your fiber?
Good, actually. That's something I've really improved over the last couple of years. Yeah.
So you could start a snack with something that has higher fiber or protein, and that tends to be helpful, right? So you could snack a little better, sure, and feel a little more satiated longer. But my guess is it's the second one that's the more common challenge, and that is stress, feelings, and you're like, you know what, dopamine would be great in my brain is.
Yeah. And here's the thing. It's so funny because back in the day, there was literally a biological switch that almost felt overnight for me. Yeah. Up until about 2016, 2017 or so, I stress starved. If I was feeling a whole bunch of stress, I would not eat. It was the opposite. Yeah. And it was kind of a problem the other way. Oh, and geez. Then, it was fine. It wasn't like I was starving, but I wasn't stress eating ever. It would be, if I was stressed, I was like, well, I'm skipping lunch because I got to deal with this or whatever. I just wouldn't even think about food. It would put me off of food. But then one day, out of nowhere, can't explain when or why, but went click. And then anything that stressed me out, I was like, food sounds really good right now to cover up my feelings. Like, I don't know what happened there. I really don't. Maybe it's a metabolism, age,
How old were you in?
It would have been 2016. I would have been 46, 47.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. So there's that. Because hormones have, all hormones play a role in hunger and like if you feel satiated and cravings. And so it could be absolutely related to that. I think the other thing too is maybe your skill set didn't jump from 1 minute to the next to handle the stress or to feel the feelings. So that would be my suggestion. So let's say I was your therapist and I would say, okay, so the one thing we want to feel less of this year is a little less snacky. Yeah. Okay. So we make sure we're eating well, so we're not needing more snacks because don't have enough nutrition or something. Right. And then the other would be, okay, before you go snack, there's nothing wrong with the snack, first of all, but before you do it, take a minute and try to lower your stress. Try to feel the feeling, identify the feeling, right? Like sometimes it's just you're sad or you're scared or you're overwhelmed or whatever. And if you take a moment with those feelings and allow them, even just naming them or saying them out loud or writing them on a piece of paper, sometimes you would be really surprised. And so managing stress, identifying and experiencing feelings is literally how you are less snacky in 2026. So it's something like that. So short guy, was that his name?
Short one.
I don't know I don't know what he was thinking for his like goals, but I would say whatever he has felt overwhelmed about, just narrow it down to this idea of what do I want to feel a little more of or a little less of. So if it's something like I want to feel a little more peace, then look around and see what takes from your peace and then find something very small to add to your peace or eliminate the thing that is stealing your peace.
Right.
Start there, use your willpower to make that thing a habit, and that thing will be a habit within 6 weeks and become just part of what you do. So, I got off news in October. Yeah. I don't even think about it. Like there is zero, I don't. And when there's a lot of crap happening and I have a lot of people telling me about it. Don't you worry. It's not like I don't know. I do.
Sure. But I'm hearing if you're living currently in a state with a lot of news happening. And
apparently you guys, everyone's so obsessed with us. Get over it. Yeah. It's a mess. And so I have friends reach out and like, are you okay? And what do you think? And, so we're having dialogue around realities, not ignoring it. But I turned on, I think it was the Daily Show, just like a minute. I was like, it'll be fun to laugh. You guys, it's been so long since October. And it felt like being assaulted. And I was like, oh no, remember when this was funny? And this was cathartic?
Yeah.
And now I'm feeling like they're trying to kill me right now. It was wild. And it's because it's such a habit. It's just built in. And, I can break that habit pretty easily. It's really easy to break a good habit with something that gives you a lot of dopamine. Right. So Scott, your snacking habit, you could easily create one and then you could break it by, some sugar.
Well, let me ask you this, because I feel like I have actually done So I bring it up because I still think it's kind of a problem, but I've actually made it. It's been way less of a problem. Like I actually accomplished making it
an incremental fix kind of thing.
Yeah, the more healthy thing. So yesterday, instead of a bowl full of Snyder's pretzel, freaking those things I'm addicted to, which are not good for me. I don't care what anyone says. Those are no way those are good for me. Instead of that, I had a couple of small little the baby pickles, and Kim put in there some, I can't remember what all, but it was like some nuts and stuff, like things that are good for me in there.
Yeah,
more like a little charcuterie bowl.
Yum.
And so I am doing that more than I used to. Here's the problem, though. I'll do that, and then I'll go upstairs, and I'll see an open sleeve of Oreos, and I'll go.
I know.
I just. There are days where I'm just like, the world is insane. I need an Oreo, and I need it right freaking now, and I can't stop it. Even though later I'll be in bed going, "Why did I have that Oreo?" You know.
So that's the cycle. That's how we should really phrase this. Scott wants to feel a little less of this cycle, right? So you have a couple of points, and this is where you get a friend to talk through this with you, right? Where are the points of that the cycle has to go through? So it's be real good, and then be exposed to an Oreo, and then justify that an Oreo is the way to manage my stress, and then feel bad at night. And then you find just where can I intervene in helpful ways? And it might be freaking eat the Oreo. And it's not about deserve or this is the right thing. It's just like, I'm really sad and I want an Oreo. But by saying I'm really sad, it actually helps. This is different than, so when people experience sometimes a binge response where they just cannot stop themselves, often that's because they've over restricted and our body's just like, are you kidding? We're going to die, eat everything. And then there's also pieces of, like it's like a shame or an emotion. The only way to get it to stop is to feed it and feed it and feed it and feed it. And so a way to break through with that is to access the emotions that are actually driving, that the flurry of the feeding response, right? So have an Oreo, like go get an Oreo on purpose after your charcuterie board and be like, I'm so sad. And then eat your freaking Oreo. And then at night, if your brain's like, that was naughty, like, no, that was kind.
Yeah.
I'd give an Oreo to anyone who was sad.
I really never thought of it that way. That's interesting.
Because if you deny it, then tomorrow you're going to eat 5 Oreos because you'll say, I deserve it because I didn't eat that one Oreo yesterday.
Well, see, this is the worry that I would have, is that I would start to justify it using that logic and saying,
you're already justifying it. You're saying,
I guess I am either way.
Because things sucks. Yeah. So this is just honest, right?
Yeah.
And when you're honest about the emotion, you'll have 1 or 2 instead of 9. That's the difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Which from a caloric perspective is a big difference.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is really all I'm trying to do. Keep those numbers. You get those numbers lower. There's your natural way and your healthy way to lose weight over time. And the thing is, I hit a goal that I was very proud of, but then I just stayed there. I had another goal after that goal, which was like another 20 pounds. If I can do that, I'll be very happy. That was a happy place for me. That got rid of snoring. That did all kinds of good stuff for me when I was that weight. So I just, people talk about plateauing. That's what I've done, and I hate that. I hate that feeling.
Also, but maintenance is important too, right?
Yeah,
the yo-yo and gaining it all back isn't good for you either.
You hit that first goal and didn't rebound, which is
makes it rare, right? So you're just at a beautiful plateau, and you want to go into the ravine again for a minute.
Yep.
You know what is funny?
Getting bad.
Right, just now when you said that, I got a notification, an email notification that says, Wendi at No Better You says, stop fighting yourself.
I know. I sent that at 6 a.m.
I know. I don't know why I just got it, but anyway.
That's so funny. Okay, well, speaking of, I do need to run, but I sent you a link for a registration page for people who, I sent an email to everyone who I have their email. If you don't, Scott can link the registration page. I'm teaching a free class on January 12th, 7 p.m. And if you sign up and miss it, I will send you the video after. So if you can't be there, that's okay too. And it's actually going to talk about, Brian, you did the time mastery class. We're going to talk about this, what our brains are doing with procrastination. I feel like January is a good time of year to talk about some of those
revisit.
things.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to sort of talk about how to stop fighting your brain. Like a lot of what we talked about today, but go specifically into sort of procrastination and productivity and how we really sabotage ourselves when it comes to, I got to get stuff done. Why don't I do it? I'm just, staring in the void, which is what I think most humans are struggling with. So anyway, I'd love for people to join us. That's on the 12th, which is next Monday at 7. So
nice.
Scott, maybe you can post that for me.
I will. Awesome. I'll put the thing up there. If you go to knowbetteryou.com, everybody, that's the K-N-O-W, better, and then the letter u.com. In case you didn't know it, go to that place and you'll find it, but also get the specifics out to people as well. So that'll be great. Awesome. Wendi, awesome. I'm, unfortunately, you and I will probably be talking more in the next couple of days, but
we will.
Between now and then, I don't mean that because I don't want to talk to Wendi. Everybody, don't read into it. I do.
No, unfortunately, I have to talk to you.
Yeah, the reasons we're going to have frequent conversations is not the funnest, but that still doesn't make sense unless you know what's going on. Brian knows, but I'm not sure everyone else knows. Anyway, either way, have a fantastic time between now and then, and go take your dog to pee. All right.
Okay.
Bye. Tommy needs to pee.
Tommy needs to pee. I love this. Campagnolo says, Brian should make a box with the printer specific to Oreo daily consumption. Just Oreos, like 5 per day with a sliding lid in white and brown.
Can you do that as a food safe device? Would it work?
No, but I'd have no problem eating Oreos out of a 3D printed box. Yeah. By the way, Campagnolo is free hotel room.
Oh, is it now?
Yeah.
Have we learned this just recently that's who that is?
I knew this right from the get-go because his logo still is the same ST.
Oh, interesting. I've gotten some texts and emails lately that sound a whole lot like what he would say.
I'm sure.
All right.
I do love your idea, Campagnolo, free hotel, Bob.
Yeah, good job, Bob.
That is a really good idea. It's less about the Oreos for me. It's more about driving around. Oh, I need to get gas somewhere. All right, I'll get gas. Oh, I probably should go in and get something to drink. Oh, they have donuts. I better get a donut. And that's my problem is that
you stack it. Yeah,
yes.
I do the same. I got to stop doing that. Real quick here, we're going to get out of here before we do. Oh, someone who's just said it. The Wraith says you can get food safe filament. I thought that wasn't a thing. Is that? I didn't
think you could, Wraith. I thought that if it's something you can melt down and put through your printer, at this point you can't get something that is food safe
because heat would. Well, I guess plastic bowls would also melt eventually at some heat.
Yeah, melamine and stuff like that'll still melt. But I'll look into it. I'm not eating Oreos. Like I'm not gonna drink soup out of a 3D printed bowl. But Oreos, totally fine with that.
Plus, it's the porousness, right? It's kind of the porousness, problem.
Exactly. I don't want something that a hot liquid or oatmeal or pudding or anything like that. I'm not going to, Googled it earlier today. Okay, I believe you, Ray.
Wait.
No,
that changes everything.
That sounded sarcastic, but I kid you, I'm seriously, if you look this up, like last I checked, there was no food safe filament, but if you looked it up today, then I believe you. Yeah. But that sounded really sarcastic.
I like how it came off. That was funny.
Oh, well, that changes everything.
Wait a minute. You Googled it today?
Oh, you Googled it? Did you find this on Reddit?
That's pretty good. All right, we're going to get out of here. A reminder today, Core will be on at 1 p.m.
Yay.
Mountain Time. We will have a big, meaty technically our second Core of the year. Last week was our awards for last year. So this is our first proper episode.
The Us Cores.
Yeah, we had a really good time with that.
That's cool.
Hope people enjoyed it. It was long. So I think today will be a little shorter. I say that, but it never is. So whatever. But in the meantime, Brian, we need to put a song in their hearts so they can skip down the street before we have that episode.
This one should do it. Rob from Springfield wrote in and said the Tornadoes, Zach and Alex, have finally crossed the finish line into adulthood. 2 decades of synchronized chaos, inside jokes, and double trouble have all led to this moment. The Tornadoes are now legal, lethal, and ready to take on the world. And how do you celebrate a storm like this? With Vegas, of course. Dad is packing up the duo and unleashing them on the Strip, where the lights are bright, the dice are hot, and the buffets are endless. No, go hit that Wicked Spoon. If you're doing a buffet, Wicked Spoon at the Cosmopolitan.
Still the best one, although you are going to pay through your teeth, but it's still really good.
But you get different stuff than you'd find on any other buffet, which for me is like, oh, wow, bone marrow. Cool. I've never had bone marrow. This is a great place to try
Also,
it.
everything seems fresher. Everything just seems better. I don't know. I don't know what their deal is. It's just a better buffet. So
absolutely. Blackjack tables beware, slot machines prepare, and bartenders, good luck. For 21 years, have them show their ID. This is, with Tristan when I took him there. If you show your ID, this shows, oh, I just turned 21 yesterday. It's like, free drink from every single bar and every single casino.
They want to hook you in for life, so
they
take
totally do.
of it.
And what does it cost them? They were going to give you that drink for free if you put 25 cents in a volcano slot machine or whatever.
Sure.
Anywho, for 21 years, Zach and Alex have been a whirlwind of energy, laughter, and unforgettable stories. Now they're stepping into a new chapter, one filled with freedom, adventure, and maybe a few questionable decisions, the kind that make the best stories ever. So here's to the Twinados, double the fun, double the chaos, and now double the cocktails. Vegas won't know what hit it. He says, pick a banger suitable for this occasion. Well, when I think of Las Vegas and that first time hitting the strip, I think Elvis Presley, and I think of the song A Little Less Conversation. This version comes from La Musique de Paris Dernier, Volume 7 from 2009. It is The Kings Off Cash, and I checked. It's not The Kings of Cash. They have an extra F. The Kings Off Cash and A Little Less Conversation.
Perfect. Tomorrow is PM edition of the show, not PM Friday. We call it TMS Friday.
We do.
Yeah, it's been a long time since it was called
we
PM.
We say TMS Friday. We call it TMS Friday.
We give it a new name, the Department of War. Anyway, come check it out. That's tomorrow. If you are a patron, you'll get in for the live show as well as all the extras that come with that. And we love doing that. So check it out tomorrow. Our first proper TMS Friday of 2026.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network. Yes. Get more at frogpants.com.
I don't have any silly prejudice against computers. I like them.